So now I laid out all that stuff I just said. Okay? And let me just be clear with this. Like, have you ever heard, they always say, birds of a feather flock together. But what happens when the whole damn flock is full of predators? And one of them's flying Air Force One. Like, what do we do here? Like, let's be clear, this isn't just about Trump knowing bad people. I know everybody will say, like, we always knew someone questionable in our lives. However, like, when we say someone questionable, we always say, like, oh, well, I knew he did some drugs on the side. Oh, I always knew he did some weird, something like that. Or, oh, I knew he liked to lick tables, stuff like that. No. Like, we don't go over as like, oh, I knew this rapist. Like, this is about Trump having a consistent pattern of being very close, very friendly, and sometimes even professionally tied to men who are either convicted or credibly accused of sexual abuse, child exploitation, or enabling that behavior. And here's the kicker. These are the same people he never publicly condemned. In fact, he often praises them. Meanwhile, he's out here branding his enemies with baseless accusations of pedophilia. Yeah, you heard that right. He projects his circle, like he projects what he's done or what his circle has done. Like, let's start with Cohn. He's Trump's mentor. Cohn wasn't just a New York lawyer. He was the guy behind Senator McCarthy's witch hunts in the 1950s. Literally one of the architects of Red Scare paranoia. And he later became a mob fixer, representing figures from the Genovese to the Gambino crime families. He helped Trump dodge federal investigations, skirt taxes, manipulate contracts, and fight lawsuits for decades. Oh, but there's more. Cohn was widely known, even among his elite circles, to prey on young men. And his parties were rumored to involve underage boys and drugs. While no criminal charges were ever filed, multiple sources, including Wayne Barrett and Marie Brenner, reported his behavior as well known among New York elites. Trump has been quoted saying Roy was his guide on how to win and how to hit back. And when Cohn died of AIDS in 1986, which Trump publicly denied was AIDS, Trump reportedly dropped him like a bad stock. Why does that matter? Because Cohn's playbook became Trump's. Deny, attack, deflect, smear. And always protect your circle no matter what they do. Yes, he learned from a mob boss is what I'm saying. Now, when I said that Roy Cohn he liked young boys, I'm not saying Trump was one of them, neither. But you never know, actually. Anyways, sorry, I didn't say that. I should not say that. Now, let's go to the next person. Let's talk about George Nader. Nader was a Trump donor and key figure in the 2016 transition, and behind the scenes foreign policy liaison between the Trump team and the United Arab Emirates, UAE. He had meetings with Jared Kushner, Steve Bannon, and Michael Flynn. And guess what? He's a convicted child sex trafficker. He was previously convicted in 1991 for importing child porn into the United States, and again in 2003 in the Czech Republic for sexually abusing underage boys. And in 2019, while cooperating with the Mueller investigation, he was arrested again and pled guilty to possessing child pornography and transporting a minor for sex. So you tell me that this guy had full access to Trump's inner circle, attending high-level meetings, and nobody saw a red flag? Like, wasn't some intern. He was officially listed in the inaugural donor. You can't make this shit up. And yet, crickets from Trump. No condemnation. No, lock him up. Just silence. Like, he's 2 for 2. Then we have Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime accomplice and recruiter of underage girls. When Maxwell was arrested in 2020 on federal charges of child sex trafficking, what did Trump say at the White House press conference? I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years. I wish her well. What? Excuse me? The President of the United States sends well wishes to a woman accused of recruiting and grooming children for sexual exploitation. You don't say that by accident. That was a deliberate move, a public wink. And let's be honest, Trump knew her well. They were photographed together numerous times at Mar-a-Lago, at parties in Manhattan. There's even reporting that Maxwell was invited to Trump's events as far back as the early 90s. Even when Trump pretends to distance himself, he can't help but protect these people. And then enter Alan Dershowitz. He's a Harvard law professor, media personality, and Epstein's defender. Dershowitz helped Epstein negotiate his sweetheart plea deal in 2008. The same deal that let Epstein serve 13 months in a Palm Beach jail with work release 6 days a week. He's also been accused by Virginia, I can't say her last, Virginia Giuffre, there we go, I say, Virginia Giuffre of sexual abuse. An accusation he denies and is currently involved in a litigation over. But again, who does we see Dershowitz rubbing shoulders with? Trump. He was part of Trump's impeachment legal team in 2020. And that's not coincidence. Dershowitz is another figure who, like Cohn, knows how to ban legal gray areas, protect elites, and weaponize the court of public opinion. Trump isn't just friendly with him. He uses him as a tool. Birds flock together. And let me be very, again, crystal clear. This segment is not about guilt by association. This is about guilt by pattern. Trump repeatedly surrounds himself with men involved in sex crimes, trafficking, and or pedophilia. He rarely condemns them. He often defends them. He gives them power, access, and platforms. And then, while all that's happening, he turns around and accuses his enemies of being the pedophiles. Like, this is not a coincidence. That is projection and is deflection. It's also classic authoritarian playbook. Smear your enemies with the crimes your allies commit. So when you hear MAGA loyalists talk about protecting kids or being the party of family values or screaming about pedophiles on the left, ask yourself, why did their leader wish Maxwell well? Why was George Nader not publicly disavowed? Why was Roy Cohn his mentor? Why was Alan Dershowitz always in the room? And there's many more. Why did he want Matt Gaetz to be his attorney general? Another known pedophile. Because the truth is, Trump's entire orbit has been littered with men who exploit, traffic, and abuse. And rather than distance themselves, he embraces them, protects them, and sometimes puts them on his team. Come on, this isn't a conspiracy. This is not some QAnon bullshit. It's a documented pattern. You can fact check every name, every quote, every connection. So the next time someone says Trump is the anti-pedophile candidate, just let them know to look at his crew. Because if you're trying to drain the swamp, maybe don't keep fishing with monsters.